Sailing into freedom.
Hey baby, won't you sail with me out on the rolling sea? We'll find some place to go, maybe down to Barbados. It's an island off somewhere in the middle of nowhere, sailing to freedom, you and me.
G'day good people, we are 41 weeks into the GoFundMe campaign and we're just over 80% of our way to goal. Who do we have going up in our column of heroes this week? We have Andrew Maloney for the 4th time. We also have Greg Mickelson for the 6th time, already up on the champions column of the column of heroes. And Curtis Hafferman for the 4th time again, and he is already up on the champions column of the column of heroes. And we can't forget Ned Cody, one of our favourites on our WhatsApp chat group. He rang me the other day to see if I was okay. How good's that? He is already up on the champions column of the column of heroes. Now, who is to be drawn up onto the boat this week? We have my long-time good friend Gonzalo Ernst. We also have long-time supporter Robert Baker, Andrew Hardevelt for the 2nd time, and Hans Edder. Top stuff, good people. Onwards we go. You may remember a while back I was thinking of making a keel cooling tank against the existing hull and the stringers and the bulkhead and the frame, just like this. The keel cooling tank's for cooling the electric motor and the motor controller. And so basically cycle water against the existing side of the boat, because the keel cooling tank, the whole idea is you have it integrated into the hull and then you get transferred through the aluminium hull to the water. Now I put it to the production manager and he didn't like it at all. And I was arguing with him because it's just convenient. You know, you just put a lid on it. How simple is that? It's actually not that simple. And so when the production manager was arguing with me, he was actually right. And basically, in order to actually get it satisfactory, you have to weld continual welds along all the stringers and the bulkhead to the shell plate and the frame to the shell plate and the lower stringer. It's all got to be completely welded. Now, these aren't all complete welds. They're basically 100 mil and then a gap of 100 or 150 mil. So in order to have a watertight keel cooling tank, we'd have to weld it completely. But that is not the difficult part. Welding the so-called lid along a curved stringer edge to edge, and you don't have much welding room, well, that turns out to be a real bugger. Now, to keep that watertight, it's a bit difficult. So the better thing we're going to do is we're going to have 2 individual tanks and they'll sit between the stringers, which we don't have to weld into it. We'll actually connect it with some heat transfer paste, and so we can make it off-site. We can test the pressure and test if it leaks or not, and if there's any problem in the future, you simply just pull it off and go take it to shop and repair it. So it's a much better idea. Of course, Bart and I are meeting up on Teams meeting all the time. Here we're actually designing a bracket for a camera from Ray Marine. It's part of the augmented reality series they've got. It's a very, very clever system. So we need the camera up high as we can make it, because we don't want the head saw to obscure it. It's basically an aid to navigation. Basically, on the Axiom display, you have a video of where you are heading, and overlaid on this, you will pick up navigation markers, objects in the water you can highlight, and transponders, i.e. other boats. And your waypoints will also be floating on the water, so you can head towards them. And all the distances are given to you. How good is that? A brilliant system making your journey safer. Who would have thought sailing into freedom has gone safety first? This is the bracket. Now, as you notice, we've got a bit of a split in it because we've got a halyard coming down from the top, coming down to a pivoting block. So it's a fairly sizable gap because the pivoting block goes side to side and the halyard doesn't necessarily just go vertically down, so it goes side to side. So that's probably the best place to put it there. You might notice that Peplink antenna, that's got to have a bracket. So there's lots of these little things, very easy sort of stuff to deal with, but lots of it. Forward facing sonar mounts, where is it going to go in the hull? where we're going to place it. We actually have to move that because we've just changed something in the hull. So constant revision. Water tanks, they've been moved around. I'm just trying to get the weights down. So yes, lots going on, people, but onwards we go. We have a final look at Thailand where I did my visa run last month. Let's check it out. So they got these modified cars and you just jump on the back and you go as far as you want for 10 baht, which is about 30 US cents. I'm going to try and grab one now, but I don't like my chances of filming people. I don't know what it's called when you grab a car that's going past. It's called dead arm. Who was that guy that used to do that? Buster Crab or something? I did it a couple of times the other day and scared the shit out of people because I threw myself on board and made a lot of noise. Alright, I've got to get one of these. Well, no dead arm. It was much more dramatic the other day. Scared the shit out of the poor guy that was right there. I said, are you a bit tense, mate? He didn't appreciate my comment. We're going to go see the Sanctuary of Truth, people. You've heard it on my channel before, nothing but truth and facts. Never been there before. But you know my channel, it is #1, numero uno in showing culture. That's right, nothing but culture on my show. That's in fact what you watch my show for. Well, that and shooting fish. And maybe lovely ladies. Sanctuary of Truth, here we come. Nothing but truth and culture. More lines of cattle. I hate being treated like cattle. Oh, they got ponies. Again, treated like cattle, and apparently I'm on a tour and I've got to wear a hard hat. Oh God, I like to wander around at my own time. My goodness, I don't like the way the world is turning out. Oh, I bet you these are good eating. I don't know how good it is sail. In fact, I don't even know where you'd put the sail. You can still appreciate it for the amount of effort that's gone into that. My goodness. Now they'd be good at massage. These are good eating too. And this is the perfect size. Come here, little goat. Oh gee, I might have to put on some other clothes because you're not allowed to show anything above the knee. I'll just pull my pants down a bit. But I have beautiful knees. Bugger me, more queues. Hey, she's using my people. Gotta wear a hard hat. Yeah, still got a crooked head. Bloody nice. Now I've got to go back to my translator that I cannot understand the words she's saying. It doesn't surprise me, they have a team of permanent carvers that are continually revamping the temple. Right next to this sea, they really need it. Wow, just like a wooden boat, and it's right next to the ocean too. The upkeep on this must be unbelievable.
can be 60.
Wow. Got to pay homage to this guy or girl, I'm not so sure. God of Wind. This would be a real shit to sand and varnish. And you got to do 10 coats. Marine environment. It's like 30 metres that way. She can give me a massage anytime. 2 pairs of hands. Suitable attire too. This is the best looking one of them all. She only has 1 pair of hands, people. You can't win them all. I wonder if it's too late for the welders to weld a bunch of these onto the bows.